As we begin the new year, we thought it would be fun to open the age-old debate of the greatest, most amazing scientific discoveries. Perhaps it is something you can bring up with your friends and family when you meet them for a warm cup of coffee. To make the task easier, we have researched our science and drawn up a list. If you like this type of content, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications. Now, here's what we think are some of the most amazing scientific discoveries. Number 1. DNA. Over the last 60 years, our rapidly evolving understanding of DNA has catapulted medical knowledge and treatments, and even transformed the way we solve crimes. Since James Watson and Francis Crick's discovery of the double helix structure of DNA in 1953, the scientific community has split in many different directions to investigate the building blocks of life, to understand what makes us who we are. Without the discovery of DNA, we wouldn't have all the groundbreaking studies going on right now in genome mapping and sequencing. So for that reason, DNA has to be my number 1. Number 2, the internet, possibly the greatest technological invention of our time. A truly remarkable feat of physics and engineering in its own right, the internet has had a huge impact on science, from connecting scientists across the globe and allowing them to share information and research more easily, to providing scientific resources and papers to more people than ever. The internet is even helping to fund new discoveries. For example, the social media phenomena, the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge, which fully funded a number of research projects, including one which identified a new gene associated with the neurological disorder. Number 3. Antibiotics. Antibiotics revolutionized medicine in the 20th century, and together with vaccinations, have almost completely eradicated many once common diseases, such as tuberculosis. While the use of mold to treat infections was first noted by ancient civilizations such as the Egyptians and the Greeks, it was Sir Alexander Fleming who discovered the first antibiotic substance, penicillin G. For the millions of lives that antibiotics have and continue to save worldwide, antibiotics have to be in my scientific top 5. Number 4. Medical imaging. Medical imaging is an essential tool for clinical analysis, allowing doctors to see beyond what is hidden by skin and bone to accurately diagnose and treat diseases. From X-rays and radiography to MRI scans and ultrasound technology, these scientific innovations have all helped to ensure modern medicine is the least invasive it can be, while ensuring the best outcomes for patients. Medical imaging really showcases how science and technology are complementary disciplines, as one advances the other. Number 5. Artificial intelligence. We often look at artificial intelligence from a human perspective. For example, robots that begin thinking for themselves and perhaps take over the world. But for me, artificial intelligence is one of the greatest scientific breakthroughs of all time because it enables machines to learn and process more information than we ever could as humans. With all the big data being generated from genomics projects and electronic medical records from across the globe, artificially intelligent computers can learn to spot patterns in all that information, leading to faster discoveries and huge jumps forward in our understanding of diseases and how to treat them. Number 6. Detecting the first gravitational waves. In 1916, Albert Einstein proposed that when objects with enough mass accelerate, they can sometimes create waves that move through the fabric of space and time, like ripples on a pond's surface. Though Einstein later doubted their existence, these space-time wrinkles, called gravitational waves, are a key prediction of relativity, and the search for them captivated researchers for decades. Though compelling hints of the first waves emerged in the 1970s, nobody directly detected them until 2015, when the US-based observatory LIGO felt the aftershock of a distant collision between two black holes. The discovery, announced in 2016, opened a new way to hear the cosmos. In 2017, LIGO and the European observatory Virgo felt another set of tremors, this time made when two ultra-dense objects called neutron stars collided. Telescopes around the world saw the related explosion, making the event the first ever observed in both light and gravitational waves. The landmark data have given scientists an unprecedented look at how gravity works and how elements such as gold and silver form. Number 7. CRISPR technology. Huge advances in our ability to precisely edit DNA has taken recently, in large part thanks to the identification of the CRISPR-Cas9 system. Some bacteria naturally use CRISPR-Cas9 as an immune system, since it lets them store snippets of viral DNA, recognize any future matching virus, and then cut the virus's DNA to ribbons. In 2012, researchers proposed that CRISPR-Cas9 could be used as a powerful genetic editing tool, since it precisely cuts DNA in ways that scientists can easily customize. Within months, other teams confirmed that the technique worked on human DNA. Ever since, labs all over the world have raced to identify similar systems, to modify CRISPR-Cas9 to make it even more precise, and to experiment with its applications in agriculture and medicine. Number 8. Shaking up the human family tree. Numerous advances in understanding our complex origin story, including new dates on known fossils, spectacularly complete fossil skulls, and the addition of multiple new branches. In 2010, Lee Berger unveiled a distant ancestor named Australopithecus sediba. 5 years later, he announced that South Africa's cradle of humankind cave system contained fossils of a new species, Homo naledi, a hominin whose mosaic anatomy resembles that of both modern humans and far more ancient cousins. A follow-up study also showed that each naledi is surprisingly young, living at least between 236,000 and 335,000 years ago. Other remarkable discoveries appeared in Asia. In 2010, a team announced that DNA pulled from an ancient Siberian bone was unlike any modern humans, the first evidence of a lineage now called the Denisovans. In 2018, a site in China yielded 2.1 million-year-old stone tools, confirming that toolmakers spread into Asia hundreds of thousands of years earlier than once thought. In 2019, researchers in the Philippines announced fossils of Homo luzonensis, a new type of hominin similar to Homo floresiensis. Number 9. Revealing thousands of new exoplanets. Human knowledge of planets orbiting distant stars took a giant leap forward in the 2010s, in no small part thanks to NASA's Kepler Space Telescope from 2009 to 2018. Kepler alone found more than 2,700 confirmed exoplanets, more than half the current total. Amongst them, the first confirmed rocky exoplanet. Its successor, TESS, launched in 2018, is already finding many more exoplanets, hopefully much more to see in the coming years. In 2017, researchers announced the discovery of TRAPPIST-1, a star system just 39 light-years away that hosts 7 Earth-sized planets, the most found around any star other than the Sun. The year before, the Pale Red Dot Project announced the discovery of Proxima b, an Earth-sized planet that's orbiting Proxima Centauri, the star closest to the Sun, at a mere 4.25 light-years away. Number 10. Electricity. If electricity makes life easier for us, you can thank Michael Faraday. He made 2 big discoveries that changed our lives. In 1821, he discovered that when a wire carrying an electric current is placed next to a single magnetic pole, the wire will rotate. This led to the development of the electric motor. 10 years later, he became the first person to produce an electric current by moving a wire through a magnetic field. Faraday's experiment created the first generator, the forerunner of the huge generators that produce our electricity. Number 11. COVID-19 vaccine. The COVID-19 vaccine is a vaccine intended to provide acquired immunity against severe acute respiratory syndrome coronavirus 2, SARS-CoV-2, the virus that causes coronavirus disease 2019, COVID-19. Prior to the COVID-19 pandemic, an established body of knowledge existed about the structure and function of coronaviruses, causing diseases like severe acute respiratory syndrome, SARS, and Middle East Respiratory System, MERS. This knowledge accelerated the development of various vaccine platforms during early 2020. The initial focus of SARS-CoV-2 vaccines was on preventing symptomatic, often severe illness. On the 10th of January 2020, the SARS-CoV-2 genetic sequence data was shared through GISAID, and by the 19th of March, the global pharmaceutical industry announced a major commitment to address COVID-19. The COVID-19 vaccines are now widely credited for their role in reducing the severity and death caused by COVID-19. Many countries have implemented phased distribution plans that prioritize those at highest risk of complications, such as the elderly, and those at high risk of exposure and transmission, such as healthcare workers. And now we come to a special mention. The invention we are about to list is perhaps the greatest invention ever. Number 12. The wheel. There's a reason why we use the phrase reinventing the wheel. Centuries after it was first used, the humble rotating circle has taken us further than we possibly imagined. The wheel may be the last mention, but it remains one of humanity's proudest achievements. We hope you enjoyed watching our latest video. While you're still here, please go ahead and click one of the videos on your screen. Thank you for watching.